So basically, like I was saying, that Deontay Wilder was throwing a bunch of haymakers, exuberating a lot of, energy with taking it. And he was wobbly. Like I said, I think that's how Tyson used to be when he was young, not the wobbly and exuberating energy. As I always used to say and make a joke when I was a youngster, that, you know, you last more than 5 rounds with Mike Tyson that you was gonna win because he wasn't long distance fighting, and that's what I see with Wilder. Wilder does great by hanging long distance with this Fury, with Tyson Fury. This gonna be like the only blemish on his record. You know what I'm saying? Basically in his whole career, most likely. And not to say that he's not gonna lose, but it's just the 2 out of 3 or whatever. But what I'm saying is, in like with Tyson, if you could just hang and not just get hit with the haymaker, and that's what it is. Wilder, like I said, on Wilder's defense again, he's a hell of a fighter to remain and be where he is, to represent himself, to walk around with heavyweight champion of the world belts, and to not be a complete sound boxer, to be somebody who really only has one punch. There's a lot of technical boxers, a lot of people that skill. That's why people give Floyd what Floyd talks of himself. Floyd is, you know what I'm saying, like the hitman used to call himself, the hitman Hart. Even though it's wrestling, like the technician is, the perception is the perfect. He had combos, jabs. He knew the boxing inside out. Wilder is more of, the dude on the block, the brawler, the big husky nigga that, you know what I'm saying, if he size you up and he lands you, knock your face off. And that's great, you know what I'm saying, for a guy like Wilder to come from his background to come all the way to the top of the world to be a world champion, heavyweight of the world, when you only a one punch doctor. I mean, that's a hell of a job. Again, you have to tilt and tip your cap to the Gypsy King, because the Gypsy King took some of those. He took one square across the chin several times, especially in the first fight, even tonight. Like I said, it was a little controversy that wasn't too ill, but that people will look over. But even the announcers of the fight, Max and them had seen, and Sean had seen that when he knocks down Fury in, I think, the fourth or fifth round or whatever, it easily could have been out, because the ref gave an exaggerated 10 count and asked him, so he just gave him time where, if it was fair, or if he had some type of bias in his heart or whatever, or like I seen refs of the past do, he could have easily counted him and just wrapped it up, especially after the second. It was two knockouts, back to back in the second round. Usually something like, oh, excuse me. But again, folks, like I said, to Tyson Fury, hell of a champ. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, those guys from out there, Klitschko, him, everybody's an orthodox, big Caucasian males have been dominating the heavyweight scene and circuit for a while now, sort of to like the A in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we're not gonna be all about Wilder. It's not a race thing. I'm definitely not gonna put that in there or whatever. So, it was a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? For those who actually paid for it, but and the people who went and got to go see it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the big peoples. You know what I'm saying? The Magic Johnsons, the Charles Wilsons, the Shaqs. The Shaq was tired as hell. Shaq doing a little Shaq. You need to chill. You making that bread. You doing so many commercials, so many movies. You doing so much. Shaq looked tired as hell. If y'all seen him, he looked tired. And now that was just for him to have a little fun. I don't know. He got to tell you, yeah, go lay down, Shaq. You look tired. Not bad, but you know what I'm saying? He just looked tired. And it's through work. You know what I'm saying? It's through work. And trying to show love. And I know he's probably gave regular people some love. But again, like I said, I knew the last thing I said is that I knew that it was going to be bad, and I posted it just before it happened. It was like deja vu all over again. For one, he didn't have the same heaviest costume as he had the last time, but he still had a goofy costume. And you know what's riding on this fight, and it's like for your mentality to still kind of be there. I just don't get it with us at certain times. Our culture and its jet, and I mean dressing in the way that we move about things, and things that are important and things that are not important, are just really like different to me. All right, so like I said, When I seen that, I had posted right after the last little post is that I just felt like deja vu. When I seen it, they said something was wrong with the gloves. I was like, oh, here we go again. You can ask somebody, that's a friend of mine in real life or whatever. I love sports, so I've always, like, if we watch the game, you know what I'm saying, I always predict or see something that's, like, different or weird, and I could just go off that. And like the first fight, when I seen they were showing everything and they showed Deontay Wilder's locker room and I seen the referee bother him about the gloves the first time, I was like, oh man, this is a big time fight. I already know it's gonna be some shit when I seen him in that dressing room. So now I was talking to a homegirl of mine. I actually had got a call from tonight's technically or Sunday night's guest, Miss Collins, to see about our interview tomorrow that I hope that everybody pulls up to. Black Single Mom. Pull up to us at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Yes, on the History channel. That's TEEHISTORY. T History, the channel. The same channel you're going to get this from. But this might be told by Tell a Friend Productions. All right. When I seen that certain things happen like that, I seen deja vu. I was like, whoa. Like, so, but all they wanted was the playoff game that they think that it was in, where well, I'm getting lost sidetracked trying to think of all this stuff. Yeah, we have to bleep that. I have to think of. So, like I said, I had seen while watching, I got the call from the young lady, and then I was talking about I was gonna watch the Boston fight, and I'm just sitting there, and they're showing the locker room and something, and we're waiting because it was on schedule for the fight to start, and I see that they're having issues with this man's gloves again. I'm like, oh man, right then and there. I know, like I said, it might be bogus to others. If you met a real friend of mine in person or whatever, would tell you that I do stuff. As soon as I seen that, I'm like, oh, I'm about to go watch some shit for nothing. Because I just knew that he was going to lose because he's going through the same thing all over again. Once it just the gloves. And then even if it's not staged, whatever, it's just like then at the end, he was getting hit on, and what happened is what happened. But they always leave everything that we watch and see these days. He always leave it open for conspiracy theory or some type of BS. You know what I mean? And if you see, like in the late rounds, he could have injured himself or whatever. But in the late rounds, Wilder is like clutching his right, like his glove, his power hand glove, like trying to like turn it on type of thing, trying to twist it, like just trying to do stuff. And we end up seeing what ended up being the conclusion of tonight's fight. For all of y'all boxing fans, all I can say is this, and all the sports fans, this is gonna be a hell of a weekend. There's a couple of good games that come on in sports. Shout out to my man Rafiq. Like I said, gotta holler at Street Gang. I gotta get this sports channel running with somebody. But there's a London game coming on tomorrow. I forgot to I was supposed to pick that one up. Hold on, let me find out. Yeah, so being a head, a sports head like I am, man, Falcons Jets at 9:30 in the morning. The Jets is I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna go with the Jets on a nice 27 to 18, 27-18 in favor of the New York Jets, actually on a 2-game winning streak. They're live from London tomorrow, which I think that they're saying that it's going to be on the NFL Network, which I just hate that these people keep doing, where they basically have to put you on having cable or having some type of, to at least have cable to see sports. That's the dopeness. They've been in London for like maybe 8 years now. That game's always dope. I wish there was at least like, and what they've been trying to do, they get greedy. They want to have like send people up there a whole season, but it's too much because over the pond, as they say, over the pond, it's too much. But it should be at least like 3 or 4 different games a year in London, cause it's dope. Like I said, being a sports head like myself, to wake up in the morning 9:30 morning on Sunday instead of waiting the whole day when you're an East Coast person. See, it's better on the West Coast. They get that, cause that's exactly what a West Coast person get. They get up and the Eastern can't. The 1 o'clock games, it's what I'm saying, it's 10 o'clock. So it's dope. They have breakfast and then they're watching the game, watching the AFC game. But the point is, like I said, for you, that's just like a great thing if you love you some football. You know what I'm saying? You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, wash your face, take a shower or whatever, take the complete shower, or at least just hit your hit and miss. Whatever you do, wash your phalanges, wash your backside, brush your teeth, get you a little breakfast or something, chill or whatever, and just relax. Soon as what I'm saying, and watch a game. You know what I mean? And even though they're not the best name marquee names out there, the Jets have been playing good kind of defense. Their rookie quarterback has been showing signs of niceness, and they got something to put together. And the Falcons, they got old Matty Ice. They got a little bit of glimpse of talent over there as well. But point is, all together collectively, the Jets and the Falcons game is interesting to wake up and see at, say, 10 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Tomorrow morning. So look into that. And remember, the history told you that the Jets will win that game by 9 points. Everybody else, man, hit the like button, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Major shout out again, and respect due to the 1-6 ooh I mean oh give a shout out to my boy Big Chuck over there at Death of the Clout Chaser. That product is pushed very well, brother. The product is being pushed very well. Shout out to Big Chuck. Everybody else, I get up with you guys later, and at the least, there's gonna be more than at least. At least if I don't see you until tomorrow night, be there or be square. History.